The organization is pointing to protests in D.C. back in March, where 2 lawmakers claimed Tea Party activists yelled racial and gay slurs at them. But the NAACP still refuses to denounce the Justice Department's decision to drop the new Black Panther voter intimidation case. On our panel this morning, Deneen Borelli, a Project 21 fellow and Fox News contributor, Alicia Menendez, senior advisor to the New Democrat Network, and Chrissy Satterfield, columnist for WorldNetDaily.com. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning, Gretchen.
All right, Deneen, let me have you take a stab at this one first. So the NAACP says that the language by some Tea Party members at these protests was vitriolic and racist. Then they stepped it back a little bit in their press release put out last night. Where do you fall on?
Yeah, they're trying to poo-poo this now, but they garnered the headlines blazoned with the Tea Party movement as racist. This is race card politics. We have the midterm elections coming up. They're trying to jazz up the black voters to get them to come out and vote during the midterm election, because generally they don't tend to do that. And clearly this is a dangerous game to play, especially in this day and time. But, you know, the NAACP is nothing but a puppet. They're a puppet organization right now because they're pushing race politics, and it's wrong.
Alicia, you want to take
I
take her to task on that?
And in part, I think part of what's interesting here is I think there are a lot of good people who are part of the Tea Party movement. I've communicated with some of them via Facebook. I'm sure you got a lot of fan mail. And they're worried about bread and butter issues. And so I think for those members of the Tea Party, it is really dangerous to have these racist elements in what is supposed to be a much more conservative economic movement. And so at the end of the day, I think that the leaders of the Tea Party should welcome this, and they themselves should denounce people who are coming out who are doing ugly
But
things.
interestingly enough, Chrissy, there has never been any videotape that has surfaced about these racist allegations. Where do you fall on that?
That's exactly what the point I was going to bring up. At first, the NAACP brought up these harsh accusations against the Tea Parties, and now they're backing off. But if they have such strong evidence pointing towards racism, why on earth would they back off their first initial statement?
But you have Rand Paul saying...
Why are they demonizing the Tea Party movement, and they're not coming out against the new Black Panther movement?
We do have proof, though. You have Rand Paul saying that we shouldn't have the Civil Rights Act, and the NAACP
organization targeting the Tea Party movement, and they should
leave
come
it at
out
that
against.
question and let our viewers decide how they feel in their own minds. Stick around, panel, because the longer President Obama is in office, the less popular he has become. So does this open the window for Hillary Clinton to come back in 2012? And an anonymous list reaches the public calling out illegals in Arizona, but is it true? Stick around to find out.